Only cause I've got to make sure I get this volume down once we go live. So it's just going through the processes now at the moment. And there's always a slight delay, which I think you know as well. So let's just see if I can get this volume down on. I've got to make sure I get this volume down. There, boom, done.
All done.
There's always that fine line between juggling the Zoom screen, juggling the Facebook screen. Always fun and games.
Luckily we can multitask it.
Yeah, exactly. Got to do. And you know what's really weird? So we're live now. Hey, Andrew, thanks for tuning in. Is that because of the delay and because of the two different screens, we're sitting on opposite sides, which is kind of funny. So it looks kind of weird at the moment. Okay, so it looks to me like we're pretty much ready to go. Let me just have a look there and we'll just sit tight because we might get a few people jumping on in the meantime. So guys, if you are jumping on and listening at the moment, Eugene and I are just doing a cross-check to make sure that we're all set to go and we don't have any technical issues.
Where's the emergency exits and the safety belts?
I know. I feel like every individual Facebook Live session should come with like a little warning. Anything could happen.
That's right. Hopefully nothing goes wrong today.
Yeah, I hope so too. So because for those of you that are listening in, because I do all my work from home, my home is my office, I tend to get, I don't know, my husband keeps ordering, clothes and stuff that come to the front door. So I get couriers and mail people coming through. So I put this great big sign on my door that says, recording in progress, do not knock, do not ring the doorbell. So that could be another little hitch that we have, but we should be right.
Positively no interruptions.
Press on. What's JT? JT just said, Eugene looks so tall.
Thanks, JT. I'm standing on my soapbox here.
Hey, Stella, thank you so much for listening in. JT, thanks for tuning in, and Andrew as well. So I think we might get cracking because according to my clock, it has just hit exactly 11 a.m. So let's get started. Guys, first and foremost, a very warm welcome to everyone that is tuning in today. My name is Chantal Brodrick. I'm the host of the Fitness Business Podcast, and you've tuned in to our very first FBP Live for 2018. It is episode 11 of FBP Live, and I'm joined by a very special guest today. You're going to see sitting next to me, Eugene Downing, the Managing Director of Jim Click Media. Eugene, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much for having me, Chantal. It's an honor, and well done for what you're doing with the show and the Fitness Business Podcast. It's incredible.
Well, thank you so much. I've been really excited about doing this particular show with you because every single one of us know what a big topic video marketing is at the moment. It's a hot topic. Everyone's talking about it. And I just think it's something that we need to learn more about. We need to become more confident. We need to know how we can actually utilize video marketing for our fitness business. So there is no better person to speak to about this. So do you want to give us a bit of a lay of the land when it comes to utilizing video at the moment? And then I know you're going to talk us through the top 5 reasons that people should be using video marketing for their fitness business.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Chantal. So I guess, to start off, I think everybody that's on this Facebook Live, whether you're watching it live or on repeat, know the importance nowadays of video marketing and getting business messages out there in order to either build personal brand, get customer engagement, or just to sell products. Yeah. So I think there's been a flurry over the last 3 years, especially with the news coming out that video marketing is going to be dominating. People's awareness has been raised in order to they know that they have to do video marketing. Algorithms in Google and and Facebook, etc., is pretty much steering to be video domination as of 2018 onwards. So I guess the awareness has been raised. I think there's fitness business owners and from all industries really knowing the importance and having to kind of figure out what the messages is going to be in 2018 and beyond when it comes to video marketing. I guess if I look back, the amount of people or the amount of our clients that's requested for, or inquiries coming through about what to do and where to start on video marketing is incredible. And there's not so long ago, JT has put out 8 top tips. JT from Active Management, which is in the live feed at the moment, put out 8 tips, which I think was spot on. On the 12th of January when we launched into the importance of video marketing. And I think there's some real gold nuggets in there. And then I've obviously got my 5 that I think would kind of add a little bit of the Jim Click Media flavor into very much, one of the things that we need to focus on is video marketing. We'll kick into it. Sensational.
Let's crack straight into it.
Fantastic. So from just referencing JT's show, so JT in the Raw 78, there's top 8 tips, all right? And I'm reading it off the paper over here because I made sure that I don't miss anything. I'm not going to go into too much detail, and I know JT loves his notes as well, so I'll jump straight into it. So number 1, by adding a product explainer video to your website or landing page, boosts conversions. Now, if you're not into the video marketing scene at the moment or not using video marketing, is surely something that you kind of need to delve into a little bit because it works. Number 2 was video can rock your email marketing and increase your click-through rates and by a product being sold, if there's a video in your email, the likelihood of you selling that product is so much more. Number 3, boosting engagement and it increases buyer confidence. So by posting a video and interacting human to human, and the person that's consuming the video sitting on the other side, watching a person actually deliver the message increases the buyer confidence and puts that the customer in a much better position to make a buying decision, because we're ticking the boxes in the brain that says, I know, like, and I trust this person, therefore going to be jumping through and purchasing that product. Number 4, and this is probably the biggest thing, if you've got a website or a landing page in your business right now, Google needs to see you. And the way that Google is going to see you is by knowing that there's video content on your website. By having video content on your website, you obviously have that, or you tick the authority box. People spend a lot more time on your website, so Google refers more people, boosting your rankings in the search engines. So, and I know you guys have been doing a lot of work on SEO as well. So the importance of video, using YouTube or Vimeo, etc., in order to kind of boost your natural or organic listings within your landing pages or websites. It's imperative. You have to be seen. If you're being seen, you're in the mix. If you're in the mix, you got a chance of selling or you got a chance of engaging. So that's really important. Short form videos on mobile, like the amount of people that I see at the train station or public places, etc., that's head down watching explainer videos subtitled, or the amount of people that's watching short form video clips in the workplace, and consuming that content, whatever the message is. The preference is that short form video subtitled, and I'll touch on the subtitling a little bit later on.
Read my mind. I
saw that. So, and then, number 7 is video engages the laziest buyer. I mean, what is easier than clicking a play button and just consuming the content, as opposed to reading a blog form article of, 1,000 words, etc., on the similar product. And then number 8, what he referenced was video engages social sharing. So the amount of cat videos that people consume nowadays, although it's entertaining, it's short form, but once you get, a few hundred likes on your video, you naturally progress up through the Facebook algorithms, and you get a lot more views. And I think that's really important. Those top 8 is, if you want to delve into it a little bit deeper, visit the JT and the Raw Show 78. That was a cracker. From my point of view, Chantal, I've got my top 5, which I feel people, most of the top 5 questions that I generally get asked, or the top 5 reasons why people want to be using video marketing, is they want to personalize their brand. Okay, and what I mean by that is, if you've got a product to sell, or if you have any sort of message to get out there, by having a video explaining your services or explaining your product, you have, as I said before, the likelihood of your audience engaging with you and trusting and knowing and liking and having a personalization to the message of your business is you're so much more likely to actually get cut through and to get people to kind of pay attention to the content that you're putting out there. Now, whether you're sharing educational content, whether you're selling a product, etc., just by having that video, it immediately increases your likelihood and your chances of actually getting cut through.
Do you think, I'm just going to stop you there for a second, Eugene. Do you think that personal trainers, gym owners should have a show reel, if you like, I'm going to call it a show reel, of their own personal brand? Should they have something that showcases them with their customers, with their clients? And should that be something that sits on their website? Absolutely.
Being a business that solely operates in the fitness industry, we get approached by personal trainers, we get approached by mid to medium-sized studios, and we get approached by large organizations in order to go and do their video marketing for them. If we drill down just into the personal trainer, the average personal trainer earns not a lot of money. There's very successful ones, and then there's people that's just getting by. Video marketing for me is a tool for a personal trainer to share their expertise, to really dig into the. Got some feedback coming through, yeah? But
yeah, I've just fixed it.
Awesome, thank you. So I've got, for the personal trainer, they want to be able to have a little show reel that showcases their interaction with their clients, articulating the services that they offer and who they serve. By doing that, you're giving your prospective clients, or somebody that's a lurker, that's sitting on the sideline watching what you do, watching the way you interact with your client. If it's not face-to-face, these lurkers, if you can call it that, that sits online looking into your business and seeing what your personal brand is all about. I think if you don't have that show reel, you're missing the opportunity. And how many people, if you're in a gym scenario and if you're a PT standing on the gym floor, wanting to engage with customers, how many of those people actually proactively walk up to you saying, hey, I saw you train with somebody else, I really liked what I saw, and I would really love if you can take me through a session. Yep. That doesn't happen that often in a day-to-day running of a personal training business. However, we would absolutely like it to. But I know myself, if I engage in a product, I generally go to the website, I generally go to their social media channels, I generally go and ask other people what they think of this particular product. And only then, if I'm interested in ticking all the authority boxes for me, then I am more likely to, proactively walk up to a brand and purchase. Yeah. So in that particular case, I would strongly recommend any personal trainer, for that matter, or any small to medium large organization, to have that about us or about me or about my client video sitting on the website or landing page or social media channels to engage the lurkers, people that's sitting on the sideline watching in, saying, what if I were to engage with this person, how likely am I to be treated the way that person has been just treated, that I just witnessed?
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. I think having that's essential. And I think that probably most of the people that are watching along can agree with your methodology when you're going out to buy something new or to seek a new service. I think that most of us these days do just immediately go online and they check out a website or they check out Facebook or Insta to get a bit of a feel for what it is that they're going to be purchasing and what they're getting involved in. So I think that's absolutely instrumental. And I'll come back to this a little bit later, but I also think that's where Facebook Live, as we're doing right now, plays a 100% huge role in really getting customers or potential customers to get to know us in our most authentic way. You know, there's no hiding in a Facebook Live. People, if they want to get to know you, they can see exactly who you are in this scenario. So I think that's another kind of component that we'll talk about. But back to this show reel type video that we're talking about, a branding type video. You were saying earlier about a short form video. Is there an ideal length that we would have for a branding type video?
Yeah, sure. Look, when we talk about creating content, especially in video form, we are generally at the mercy of the maximum length of the platform that you're trying to distribute your content on. So, in Facebook, you can do long form videos. With LinkedIn, and Instagram, it's shorter form videos. So I think, and it's generally around that minute 30 mark that most social media platforms, allow you to distribute content. However, I think if with a cleverly thought out script, with a clever flow to the structure of the message, I think you can get away with a minute. If you aim to have a minute on the mark, getting, your most important content or your most important message out into the marketplace that resonates with the client or the viewer watching it, I think you'll tick the boxes in most of the social media platforms that you can actually distribute your content on. So that will be the key mark for me. That minute mark, or 30 seconds or 45 seconds, but generally the minute mark, I think a minute in video form it's ample opportunity to get your message across. So aim for that minute mark. And, with today's technology, with Facebook Live, with iMovie and your iPhones, and most generally the newer devices, the capability and the video quality that you can actually film on an iPhone or iPad, generally an iPad Pro generally goes up to 4K, so if you like a 4K video quality, so you can get crystal clear video footage, which you can capture, which is very, 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 from a production point of view, very inexpensive to create. And if you just put some thought into why you're creating the video, the message in the video, and aim to answer just one or two questions within that video, you're ticking all the boxes. Aim for that minute mark. And once you get to that minute mark, save that video and redistribute it on your social platforms. That minute mark will give you the leverage to be omni-channel.
That's great advice. Okay, let's keep going.
Sure. So the versatility, number 2 for me, the versatility of video is absolutely incredible. So I've just covered off the social media distribution. Aim for that minute mark so you can get flexibility and in publishing to multi platforms. What you can also do with video, and I'm going to mention this now. You wanted to touch on it before. Once you've got your video clip, all right, in order to aid and help you with your branding very inexpensively and high quality production cost on an iPhone or an iPad, etc., you can take that video, upload it to services like Upwork or Fiverr, etc. Create a little, a video intro or an exit, call to action type of thing, which personalize the individual's brand. Once that is done, depending on the long form or the short form version of that video, if it's a long form video and if it's a lot of content and a lot of training that's being delivered, think about this. Have you ever thought about filming the video in iMovie or any type of audio, like a stripping device or editing software, stripping the audio file from that and creating an audio experience for your for your client or the person that the video is intended for? So if you're filming a 15-minute a training topic on how to release your glutes, you're a personal trainer, you've got people suffering from hamstring injuries, etc., how to release your glutes in a specific environment, and filming that 15-minute content, stripping the audio file and sending that to your listener as an audio file, because people consume content in a different way. People consume content either visually, through audio, or then in written form. The beauty of video, you now have a video, you've got the vision box ticked, you got the audio box ticked as well if you strip that audio file. And secondly, if you use a service called Rev, rev.com,
We
can
love
literally,
Rev.
we do. And I see your transcription services in the Fitness Business Podcast, and that would be my best friend. If I was somebody starting off, if I was somebody starting off doing video content creation, Rev would be my best buddy at this given point in time.
I agree. I'm Googling it right now so I can put the link in the show notes. If anyone is interested in checking out this service that Eugene just mentioned, just write Rev, R-E-V, in the comments below, and I'll send you through the website. Keep going. Sorry.
Awesome. No, that's okay. So as long as we're bringing value, hopefully that's all good. So once you've submitted your video file to Rev and you've got your video transcribed, you've got a blog post sitting right in front of you. So if you want to be omni-channel, you've got the visual side of things sorted with your video. You've got your, stripping the audio file and converting that to an MP3. You've got your audio file sorted. And then once you've got your video transcribed, you've got the written form. Now that can be distributed through your email. It can be long form copy on social media pages. It can be a LinkedIn article. You can literally, from one video, you have a multitude of channels that you can be tapping into and be seen as the figure of authority within that specific topic, making sure that your content is spot on.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 that I've got here.
Before you go on.
Yes.
No, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of everything you just talked about. And that is, we here on the Fitness Business Podcast, we're incredibly busy. We're trying to get a lot of traction from one individual piece of audio. And you're basically just described I guess it's reverse engineering what we do with the show. So we start with the audio. We then produce a YouTube video from that. We then produce the transcript, and we utilize all of that in all different platforms. And I think that I just want to say that I completely agree from a personal trainer or from a gym owner point of view. Once you have produced that video, don't just let it sit as a video, because you have the potential to utilize that one piece in so many different ways. You can get so much more out of that one individual video than just letting it sit on your page as a video. So thank you for kind of stepping us through those repurposing options that we've got. And if anyone wants the website details for Rev, which is the service provider that does transcripts and captions and translations, I think as well, just write Rev, R-E-V, in the comments below, and I'll send you through their direct link. Okay, number three. That
is number 3. That's right. So I guess for fitness business owners, I think there's, we're time poor, right? There's a lot to be done. There's targets to be hit. There's members to be inducted. There's, retention, that needs to happen within your organization. And if you think about the buyer journey, right, we so very often focus about the message that we put out into the marketplace in order to get people, bring people into the funnel as they progress through and become a new member. Well, what strategies have we got in place now in order to kind of keep and retain that member once they have landed in your business? Now, if you've got a rock solid onboarding process, fantastic. Your staff knows exactly what's going on. How do that people get treated within the first 12 weeks? I think there's a massive big gap in fitness business, the runnings of a fitness business, to be able to use video marketing and raise the expectation with your clients. And this would be so much more accountability on your team to know that we've got this video library of drip feeding content that's going to go out to our members, raising the expectation about this is what you can expect within your first 12 weeks, or at the 6-month mark or the 12-month mark. So by drip feeding content, say, right, welcome to our club. My name is X. I'm the club manager here. I deal with X, Y, and Z. This is my member service manager or customer care manager or the customer care champion or captain. He or she deals with X, Y, and Z. So if you have any questions about your membership, maybe upgrade, downgrades, freezing, asking questions about personal training, this is your individual that you have to go to. So not only are you bridging the gap when they're not face-to-face and interacting with you, in face-to-face in your club, but when they at home, unmotivated, sitting on the couch, watching what a personal training or group fitness class or the instructor, maybe an instructor profile. It may be something that says, you know what, this week's feature class is in the cycle room with Sonia. It's a made up name. Sonia, she's running the 645, RPM class or soul cycle class or whatever it might be. Go and see her. She's expecting you. That's that sort of thing, I think when they're not face-to-face, what are we as fitness business owners, professionals, PTs doing to be able to engage that person offline, but still in an authentic way where it reverts back to the club and giving that, the new member something to look forward to when they step back into the club. It boosts visitation, it boosts credibility, it boosts the accountability of your team members to make sure that whenever that client walks through your door, you have...
I lost you temporarily. Let's see if you come back again. Can you still hear me at the moment, Eugene?
I can, yep. Can you hear me? Microphone. Oh, we're back.
We're back. We're
yes,
sweet.
We're
okay,
back.
Let's try and pick that up. Sorry, everyone, for that that brief break in there. We're back. Okay.
Brilliant. So I guess where we left off is just carefully considering your customer's buying journey, and for those, if we just need to quickly backtrack, you want to be able to use your video marketing to be able to fill up the blank spots within your customer buying journey. So if you're a member of a health club, I want to know that when I want to feel engaged, even if I'm not part of or not on site speaking to a client face to face. So this may be, for the club manager to be able to say, right, my name is X. I'm your club manager. I deal with X, Y, and Z. Welcome to the club. Over the next 12 weeks, you're going to be able to experience X, Y, and Z in our club. We've got the new, launch of classes coming up, or we've got a new personal trainer that's just joined the team. If you wish to engage with them, please drop your details below, and we'll connect you with the PT. So not only does that make the person feel engaged when they're sitting at home and getting these weekly or daily updates about what's going on in the club, but it also promotes, it's an opportunity for you as a club manager or a department head to promote the revisitation, increase the visitation, because we know that the more people, or the more frequent people use our health clubs, the less likely that they are first of all, achieve results because they attend frequently. Second of all, they're less likely to leave, boosting retention, which is good for a club owner or a PT. And more often than not, the last thing is the most forgotten, I think, it boosts brand loyalty, which is less likely for that or which causes that person less likely to shop around and to cancel the membership because they're much more engaged.
Eugene, the other thing that I love about that is the other side, which is promoting and celebrating our team. So if we think about it from an HR perspective, quite often in the past, if you go into a gym, they might have that wall up with the photo of the staff members and what their role is and a little bit about their background, or they might, and I know a lot of the US clubs are really good at this, they might send out an email talking about, Sarah's playlist for cycle this week and highlighting and celebrating an instructor. But I love the idea of taking that sort of static image and turning it into a video that not only ticks all those boxes that you're talking about in regards to customer engagement, but it also celebrates and publicizes the instructor.
Yep.
And we all know what a huge issue, retaining staff can be for a lot of clubs. And that's a really nice engagement tool for our staff as well as for our customers.
Absolutely. And just on that point as well, just the amounts of, personal trainers that we see over the years, whether you're employed or whether you're under a franchise model or agreement, I think there's a real opportunity here for us as business owners or business leaders that's running these health clubs that's either employing or charging rent for PTs to be operating under our roofs. I think it's a very, very strong message that we're sending as a business to these frontline staff members saying that you matter to us. I care about your business. I'm not just there taking money off the table for weekly rent. I care about you, and therefore I'm going to shoot a short little video about your services, about what you do for our members, celebrate some success stories, and then from there on, distribute that on a weekly or daily or monthly for frequency into our email database to promote you as an individual because we care about your business. Yeah. And for me, that is so, so, so important. It's not often that people utilize that specific, scenario. And I think there's a massive big scope for that. And that will build and bridge trust within our organization, with our frontline staff, knowing that we as business leaders, we absolutely care about the success and also of the PT and also the member. And I think that's crucial.
Yep, totally agree. Okay, so we've ticked off 1, 2, and 3. We better rip through 4 and 5.
Yeah,
what else have you got for us?
So number 4, builds trust and credibility. People buy from people, and the likelihood of me purchasing, as I mentioned at the top of the call, the likelihood of me purchasing something when it's when I'm engaging with an individual is very much by far supersedes that me just reading a piece of content on a piece of paper or a pamphlet or an email blog form, etc. So I think it's really important having that little either product explainer videos, how-to videos, what to expect videos, in your marketing arsenal would literally raise the trust, credibility, and tick a few boxes in the brain of the consumer to say, rightio, I've got a connection with this brand. I really want to do business because I'm seeing all these content that must be credible. I kind of like the content that's coming out, and therefore my trust is elevated. Therefore, I'm more likely to engage with that brand, and drives up the purchasing decision.
Yep.
So that's number 4.
Yep.
Number 5. The evergreen nature, and what I mean by evergreen is not putting a date and a timestamp on your video. You've released some videos in the past, I've released some videos in the past, but more often than not, I don't put a date on my videos. Yep. What that allows me to do is on auto repeat, I can literally rinse and repeat the same content in order to attract a certain person or buyer into my organization so I can work with them. If you film content with the end goal in mind, how long do I want this video to serve my business? What are the key elements that I want to convey, and not putting a date and time. You can use that video for the next foreseeable future and have that sitting in the back so you can literally turn on or turn off that video in order to kind of go and work for you out in the marketplace. And that's actually, without digging into too much, that is my number 5. and I'll just back all those 5 up.
Yeah.
That, and that is by 2020, which is in 2 years' time. By 2020, it's predicted that 76% of all online and digital content will be consumed in video form. Now, if you're watching this and sitting there and thinking, "Ooh, I'm behind the 8 ball," you've got 2 years, all right? And I would suggest that you start today by thinking about your business, thinking about your customer buying journey, think about your team, think about, more importantly, your prospect, who you've got in the business, and what messages you can put out into the marketplace, and plan for the execution of those videos, whether it be in short form, shot on an iPhone, upload to Upwork, or any of the external companies that can help you with your intro, your transcription, etc., or whether it be you employ in a production company, a good quality production company to come in and redesign your whole video marketing arsenal for you. The point that I would try to get across here is just start. If you have already started, fantastic. See what else we can do in order to repurpose your content and make sure that your marketing and your video marketing specifically works for you.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. And I'm a really firm believer, Eugene, and you just mentioned those 2 different types of videos. I think every single professional out there should actually have both. And that is, they need to have that professional show reel video that captures all about their business and gives a really nice overview. That is the evergreen type video that you just talked about, something that sits on their website, sits on their YouTube channel, can be on the Facebook page. And that's kind of one silo, if you will. But they also need those sort of short format iPhone videos that you're talking about, which aren't necessarily evergreen. Quite often they're the videos that are promoting the next PT session that you've got coming up, or the 6-week program that you've got coming up for Easter, or whatever the case may be. So I firmly believe that we need those 2 different silos of videos, and we can utilize both. And I second what you're saying in regards to video is one of those areas that we quite often procrastinate around, because there's that nervousness about doing something different. It can be perceived as being a bit scarier than just putting up a static photo or a static image. But really, I personally find that the more you do it, the more comfortable you become with it. And I think that's common across the board. So rather than putting it in the too hard basket, this is one of those things that you may as well just get on board, because as you said, the statistics back it up. They're telling us that the majority of content that's going to be consumed will be video based. So we may as well just jump in now. Do not wait another 2 years. Start creating videos, start getting more content out on your social media and your website, and benefit from this video craze that we are about to enter. So Eugene, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of that with us. Now, you have actually created an amazing toolkit for fitness professionals. Do you want to talk us through that toolkit that you've created?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very, thank you for bringing it up. And I'm super excited to actually be in a position to actually leave something with your audience, which they can consume, post this video, with no expectation of return for me. I mean, it's just a gift for having me on the show. And it's called the SEPA framework, because as you just mentioned before, the hardest or the biggest obstacle for content, or for fitness business owners, they love their training. That's what they're good at. Doing video marketing, etc., is probably not, on the scale from 1 to 10, probably not at the top of the tree when it comes to running their fitness business. However, it seriously needs to be taken into consideration. So most people don't know where to start, and this is what I've created. So the SEPA framework is a framework, a 4-step framework. There's some questions in there which you can literally use to really niche down and get into the specifics of the video and the type of video that you want to put out there, the target audience that you're catering for, the short form, the long form, etc., how to script it, and what to expect from a content production point of view, how much it will cost you. So SEPA is an acronym for contemplation. That's the C, contemplation state. This is where you actually go through and think about all the different, pain points that your consumers are facing at the moment, and literally thinking about what type of content can I put in front of them in bite-sized chunks, and to create that online, know, like, and trust feature around your business and your personal brand. The E in SEPA for the is exploration. Go and have a look. Once you know what you want to talk about, go and have a look at the marketplace. Jump on YouTube, jump on Facebook, go and have a look at what's out there that is created and has gained some social traction, whether it be a funny fitness video, whether it be educational, whether it be a specific topic that is general in nature, but that has got your flavor or your twist on, or your approach on a specific topic, And then the P, what that stands for is the preparation stage. And this is really where you get stuck into the script writing, getting clear on your message, recording, daily recording to practice, to really feel comfortable in front of the camera. And once you find that sweet spot where you go, okay, I'm not afraid about actually pressing the record button here now. I know what I'm going to say. I've got confidence now in my delivery, and that the way that this whole, little video is going to be structured, because I've prepared, I've practiced, etc. That's the preparation stage. And once you get to clear on your message, once you drill down into what it is that you want to put out there, once it's authentic, it's delivered in a way that's meant to serve your clients, then you go into the action stage. And this is where the bright lights come on, and this is where you press record. And, then once you've got that action stage sorted, it's literally practice, save the video content, flick it off to somebody else that can do the editing for you, or you can do it yourself if you're that way inclined. And then, save it and roll it out with your flavor. Once you distribute the content, I would suggest that you back it up with the original message or the key thought behind why you've put it out there. And that will build your authenticity. It will make you feel comfortable in the content creation journey. It's there for your viewers. Please go and have a look at it. Again, no expectation in return. It's just a thank you and well done for having me on the show. And just to say thank you to yourself.
Well, thank you so much, because I was lucky enough to have a sneak peek of the guide last week, and it is so valuable. I love it. I especially love, and I think I mentioned this to you, I especially love that you've broken down the costs of what is involved in video production, because I think that that's an area that a lot of us just don't even have an idea about, is how much we're looking at, potentially it would cost us to create a video. So I love that you've broken that down and you've given some estimates and stuff like that, in addition to that SEPA framework that you just talked about. So thank you. So if anyone wants to get their hands on a copy of this guide, and I strongly recommend that you do, just put the word toolkit in the comments below, and we'll make sure that we get that out to you on behalf of Jim Click Media and Eugene. So Eugene, I want to thank you so much, because you really gave us a lot of information today. Thank you for stepping us through those 5 top reasons that we should be using video marketing. I'm pretty sure most people are convinced now that this is something that we should do, and I just would really love for you guys to make that commitment of just knuckling down, get this guide that Eugene just talked about, work out what you want to do, how you want to utilize it, include video as part of your overall annual marketing strategy. It is an element that should be part of it, just like your posts. It is an inclusion in there. It's something that you need to include on your website, your social media, your general marketing materials. So let's all get on board. Let's start creating more videos. And Eugene, once again, thank you for joining us for episode 11 of FBP Live today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chantal. Thanks for having me, and all the best.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if we can end